Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, March 26th, 2nd. We should have been on the field today doing our mechanic session, and some of us doing games, but we're not. So I'm gonna kind of go through this video. I'm gonna give you a quick MIA update, board update. We're gonna do some the rules test analysis. And then a couple of other things, especially the mailbag email that I sent out. So let's get going. Yesterday, or Friday rather, the MIAA Tournament Management Committee came up with the following recommendations for the 2020 season, given the April 27th start date. So April 27th is the start date that the MIA has already announced. The Tournament Management Committee has stated that games can begin on Monday, May 4th, and they need to be done by June 10th. Teams can play no less than 8 games and no more than 12 games, with the state finals still being on June 20th/21st. I'm not an AD. That sounds like a nightmare, but I'm not an AD. So that's what we have. They're voting on that a week from tomorrow, March 30th. So more to come on that. As we get that information, we'll get it. You probably get it at the same time I get it. So that's that. Okay, meetings. Again, April 6th is canceled. April 27th is tentative right now. The lodge is open, and any communicated shutdowns or whatever would be lifted by then. At this point, we are still on, but more to come on that. With the announcement of the tournament, we're most likely going to postpone the banquet on June 1st because supposedly games are going to be going on at that time. And we will communicate options and how we want to move forward with the banquet in the next few days, maybe a week. Okay. Rules results. Okay, so 70 people took the test, a little lower than I expected. We had an average score of 87. Good job. We had a low score of 48 and a high score of 100. So kind of how we dealt with it in the past. I'm going to go over some highly incorrect questions. There's, I think, 24 of them. And see where you tripped up. Okay? So question number 2. A courtesy runner may be used for any player. 11% got it wrong. Only the pitcher and the catcher, guys. Rule 12.1. I believe. Yeah, 12.1.1, I believe it is. Question number 5. A team may finish the game with 8 players as long as they started with 9. About 9% who took it got it wrong. You can start with 9. You can end with 8. The rule is 4.4.1. And it's an automatic out when you get to that spot in the lineup once it happens. Once you get to 7, kill it. Okay. An adult coach is required to wear a helmet when coaching the bases. 24.3% got this wrong. That answer is false. Only players are supposed to wear them. That's Rule 151. That is a rule difference from the OVR. So just keep that in mind. Number 7, a pitch is not permitted to fake a throw to the two-third from the rubber. It's false. 17% got it wrong. It's back, guys. We spent all this time getting it out. Now it's back. Rule 6.1.5. Rule 8. Not Rule 8. Question 8. Runner on second. Pitcher comes to the set. Runner breaks for third. Pitcher steps and throws to third, retiring the runner. umpire rules a legal play? That answer is true. Why? Because he is making an attempt on a player. That is the rule how it's always been. You can't throw to an unoccupied base unless you are in the process of making a play. 624B. 24.3% of you got that wrong. So if you got 8 wrong, you got 9 wrong. In the play described in question 8, the umpire should have ruled a balk. If you got 8 wrong, you got 9 wrong. It's not a balk. Question 12. Obstruction may cause the ball to become dead immediately. False. 222.1. Always a delayed dead ball. We went over that in our seminars for the NFHS. So almost 19% of you got that wrong. 18. 2 trips in the same inning to the same pitcher cause the pitcher's automatic removal. 3 trips, guys. They get 3 trips. 3 conferences. They can take them all in one inning. They can spread them out. They get 3 conferences. So theoretically, in the first inning, coach can go out 4 times. On the 4th one, the pitcher's got to go. Anytime the coach comes out after that, pitcher's got to go. 3 conferences for the game. That's it. That's the rule, guys. And that is rule 341. Almost 30% of us got that wrong. Okay, 3 trips. Mark them down. If he goes out in the first, put it down. If he goes out in the first again, put it down. If he goes out in the first again, put it down. If he goes out in the first again, say, Coach, he's got to come out. That simple, guys. Okay, moving on. Question 19. Batter's interference causes the ball to become dead immediately. 28.6% of us got that wrong. Since when? The catcher's coming up and the batter interferes and he throws the runner out. You can still take the play. It's a delay. It's a delay, guys. That's always been the case. 7.35. Okay. 24. A batter on a dropped third strike may advance to first any time before entering the bench area or dugout. Almost 13% answered false. The answer is true. This is one of the rule differences. You know, it used to be the rule, then they kicked it to the circle area. The runner has until the next pitch. He reaches the dugout, or if it's the third out, until all the infielders have left the diamond. Okay, so got to be cautious on that. So if you see him walk outside the dirt circle, don't bang him out. Just stand there, still strike 3, and wait until he gets into the dugout, or wait until the next pitch is thrown, or what have you. Okay, that's one of the rule differences. So with that, there is a strike 1, strike 2 policy in all MIAA games. 17.1% answered false. The answer is true. This isn't a rule change. The Federation rules has some things where it restricts you to the bench. Though that language restricts you to the bench. But the strike 1, strike 2 policy That's an MIAA rule, guys. So you need to be mindful of that. So you can give them a verbal warning. Then you give them the strike one, which restricts them to the bench. Then it's an ejection. Okay? All right, moving on. Question 32. A slide on any force play is mandatory. Otherwise, it is interference. As if they veer off, that's cool. Almost 13% answered true on that. The answer is false. It's avoid, slide or avoid. And if they veer off, that's not a slide, so that doesn't make slides mandatory. Okay? So that's rule 232.1. Question 34. On a bunt in front of home, the catcher's throw to first strikes the batter runner in the back. The batter runner was entirely in fair territory, but the throw was errant. Umpire does not rule the batter runner out for the 3-foot lane interference. Okay, we had this scenario in the seminars we did for the Federation switch. This is textbook. This is literally textbook. 17.1% answered true. The answer is false. Rule 8.4.1 G. Interference in the running lane invoked with any throw to retire runner who violates running lane, regardless of the quality of the throw. In effect, runner is interfering with fielder's opportunity to make the play. Okay? So if you think that ball was going to go into right field anyway, doesn't matter. It's an interference. Okay? That is a difference from the rule change. All right. 36. All base running awards on overthrows into a dead ball area are governed by the position of the runners at the time of the throw. 34% answered true. The answer is false. You guys, there's time of pitch scenarios too. So if runner on first, ground ball to third, guy sails it into the stands or out of play, and the runner had just passed second, you don't give him home, you give him third, because at the time of the pitch he was at first. So, just remember that, guys. There's time of pitch, there's time of throw scenarios. So 34% got that wrong. Not even going to rule reference that because that's been the rule forever. Where were we? 37. A pitcher is allowed to throw to a base from the windup without disengaging the rubber. No, that's false. 14.3% answered true. You pitch or you disengage. Those are your two options from the windup. 6.1.2. Question 38. A first baseman must have both feet entirely in fair territory when holding a base runner. It's the old Keith Hernandez rule. And for some of you newer, younger umpires, if you don't know who Keith Hernandez is, don't talk to me. Just need 1 foot in. It is a rule difference from the Federation. 1.1.4, 21.4% of us got that wrong. Okay. Question 42. If the batter steps out of the box as the pitcher is about to deliver and the pitch is delivered, it shall be ruled a strike. 14.3% answered false, and you would be wrong. That is one of the rule differences. They would just kill it in official baseball rules, basically stating that both the pitcher and the batter violated the rules, so they just kind of do it a wash. Where now they punish the batter for that. If the pitcher with a runner on base stops or hesitates in his delivery because the batter steps out of the box with one foot or B with both feet, holds up his hand to request time, it shall not be a balk. In A or C, there is no penalty on either the batter or the pitcher. The umpire shall call time and begin play anew. That's if there was no pitch. In B, with both feet out, a strike shall be called on the batter for violation of Rule 731, the batter's box rule. In A, B, and C, if the pitcher legally delivers the ball, it shall be called a strike and the ball remains live. Thus, 2 strikes are called on the batter. If the umpire judges the batter's actions to be deliberate attempt to create a balk, he will penalize according to 331N, call time, or use any command or commit any act of purposing the causing of the balk. So we can call a strike, and in some cases you can call 2 strikes, but yeah, so it's ruled a strike. That's definitely a rule difference in the Federation rules. Okay. 43. Batting out of order can carry over to the following inning. No, it cannot. 30% got it wrong. If a player has been batted out of order, there has been a third out of a half inning, the defensive team must peel the batting out of order situation before the fielders leave fair territory. If they don't do so, the player who batted out of order becomes the legal batter. The next time that team comes up, the batting order picks up with the player who is listed after the legalized batter. Okay. Okay, rule 40. Keep saying the rule. Question 46. The use of a first baseman's mitt by an outfielder will invalidate any catch. No, that's false. That is definitely a rules difference. It's in diagram 4. No restriction of using first baseman's mitt at any position. 48. All players and coaches must remain in the dugouts. 15.7% answered false. The answer is true. This is a new rule. It's bench jockeying, part of the bench jockeying rule. We talked about this and we said, which coaches were going to hate it and which ones weren't. So everybody's got to be in the dugout. Players, coaches, everything. Which leads to question 53. If needed, the bench area can be extended closer to home plate. 13% answered true. That answer is false. The dugout can be extended, but not closer to home plate, further out. And the bench can be parallel, not forward, and needs to be done for both dugouts and cannot exceed the corresponding base. So first or third. So you can go out towards the outfield. You can't go past the bases, and it has to be for both dugouts. So be mindful of that when you're enforcing that rule. They cannot come out towards the play just so the coaches can stand in front of the fence. That's not it. Can't do that either. They need to be inside the dugout. So it can only go parallel, can't come out, and it can't go towards home plate. That's rule 1.2.4. Question 62. An appeal still can only be made while the ball is alive. That's one of the rule differences, guys. So 14% got it wrong. The answer is false. This is a rule change for everyone. Appealing the failure of a runner to touch a base, advancing or retreating, and or failure to tag up can both be either a live ball or a dead ball. Appeal 8.2.5. Hanging on appeals. If during an appeal another base runner attempts to advance and the defense makes a play on the runner, any subsequent appeal is nullified. This is a rule difference. Almost 40% got it wrong. Still 8.2.5. If the defense wants to appeal but another play has happened, the appeal is still allowed if the offense initiated the play. Okay? If the offense initiates a play, to avoid the appeal, you can still allow the appeal after that play is done. Question 66. It is now illegal for a pitcher in the windup position to have his non-pivot foot entirely in front of the rubber. No. 22.9% got this wrong. Rule 6.1.2. The pitcher's non-pivot foot shall be in any position or on or behind a line extending through the front edge of the pitcher's plate. So that front edge of the plate, we had the picture in the presentation. That is your point. Nothing can be in front of that. Your full foot can't be in front of it. You can be on it, be touching it, but you can't be all the way in front of it. Kind of like those divots in some of the fields. You can't be in that. So that's a rule difference. So a lot of easy questions were missed. One thing I've noticed, and I used to be guilty of it myself, just answer the question that's being asked. Sometimes you try to invoke a scenario into the question that's not there. Just answer the question that's being asked. Don't if you're reading it and you go, oh, if this happens, this is the answer. You're gonna get it wrong 100% of the time. So just when you're taking these tests, just read it 2 or 3 times, and don't do any what if scenarios with it, because you'll find that you're wrong. And we've had those conversations when we go over these tests in person. I always get the what if. I'm like, well, that's not what they're asking. So just answer the question that's being asked. So that was it. Again, 87 average for everybody. That's great. Wished more people took it, but it is what it is. With that said, mailbag. I've got my mailbag right here, and it's empty. Didn't get anything. I want to tell you guys. No one sent anything, so obviously everyone's got no questions. So any questions on the rules analysis test and any other rules related questions, just go to mailbag@wabua.com. That's it, guys. So in the email that you just received with this link, there are a couple of links that one is a document center, and you click on that, it'll bring you to a Google Drive, and everything we've handed out and used is in there. So the Federation presentation that Richie did, the Federation Rules of Emphasis for 2020, a scanned copy of the rule book. Joe Hilton was nice enough to do that for us. The Federation preseason guides in there, all different things. And if there's something in there that's not there that you'd like to see there, just shoot me an email, and if I have it, I'll put it up there. The tests and the answer keys are in there as well. So that was in the email that you received this video in. So with that said, guys, stay strong. It's definitely a tough time for everybody, and I hope to see a lot of you soon. Rules questions, go to mailbag at wabua.com. All right. In recap, MIA did it, went over the meetings. We're going to switch up the banquet rules, documents, all that stuff. So,
sorry, your speaker has lost internet connection.
And I don't know what Alexa just said to me, but she thinks I need to go. So you guys have a great time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.